9:14. Welcome back here on the BT Couch with Dr. Shimi Kang. Welcome back to BT.
Thank you.
Always good to have you on, especially when we're tackling topics that can help families out there. Today the topic is bullying and how to manage the conflict when we're faced with these circumstances. Had a guest on earlier, and I guess as a starting point for us, the definition of bullying. How do we even approach this?
Yeah, bullying is such a term that's used really broadly, but technically it's defined as purposeful behavior that's targeted towards someone, that's repetitive, and often there's a power issue. So it's coming from an individual who might be bigger or stronger or more popular or higher social status. So all of those are part of the definition. And there can be physical bullying, like physical violence, but also verbal, name-calling, and exclusion. So purposely excluding somebody from group activities is all part of bullying.
When we look at the exchange of words and the communication that happens, social media is such a beast to manage right now. Videos that are shared, Snapchat. What are most of the common responses with the families you work with when they receive messages like this, whether it's written, whether it's a visual?
Yeah, so when families receive these messages, what should they be doing?
You know, I think I want to touch on the reaction, because most of what we're seeing is an emotional reaction first before even looking at how to manage it. But what do you see when you work with families when they receive these types of harmful words?
Well, I mean, I'm a parent, and any parent is going to react really strongly. You know, we're biologically designed to protect our kids, and so seeing any kind of threat to our child is going to bring out that reaction, that freeze, fight, or flight, that response that I need to do something. So this is really common. I think it's normal part of parenting.
So the setup, you receive something like this, parent wants to protect their child. What do you find are the most effective ways when you receive this to manage the conflict and focus on your child to have that thick skin and a positive mindset?
Right. So in some ways, this can be a real opportunity, a learning opportunity too. So that's what I tell parents, is that can help take them away from the stress reaction into a more kind of balanced reaction where they are thinking of various options. The first thing is to really make sure your child is okay. So, you know, tell your child that you're there for them, you're here to support them, that you will help them figure this out. So showing an alignment with them, don't blame them, don't judge them, don't jump to all kinds of conclusions. So talk to them, get the facts and get the details. If there's action that needs to be taken, if you feel given that this can't be managed within these children, then you want to look at what you can do in a dialogue. So maybe approach those children themselves. Studies show that when a bully is actually approached and told that what you're doing is really hurtful, particularly by an adult, they do change their behavior, you know, about at least 50% of the time. And then if that doesn't work, enlist other support. So if it's a school system, then teachers, counselors. If it's a sports team, coaches, referees, other people who might be involved. So create that community around you and your child, and also for the other children, because kids who bully often come from all kinds of problems themselves. They have backgrounds where they may not have good role modeling on how to manage conflict. They may not have learned these things. So it's an opportunity for them too to learn how to manage conflict in a healthy, appropriate way.
And yeah, I want to touch on that, because if you are the parent of the bully and you recognize, you know what, my child was in the wrong, what is the most effective way to make sure your child understands that it isn't right, it isn't acceptable, and you want that message heard in a healthy way? Yeah,
so if you're the child of a bully, which is common because 10 to 15% of kids bully, and you want to, again, support your child. You don't want to immediately judge them. Find out what happened, get their side of the story, and then certainly recognize their behavior as being wrong or unethical or inappropriate. But at the same time, give that message of optimism and forgiveness. They are children. They are allowed to make mistakes. That's what childhood is all about. But make sure that you find the learning lesson in there. So how can we do things differently next time? Of course, an apology is a really important life lesson, to own up to your mistakes, to be accountable for your behaviors and actions, to recognize how you hurt someone. So, you know, and kids are doing that now with verbal apologies or writing letters or on email and using technology. So as a parent, you want to take that opportunity on both sides to really get kids to a place where they can manage conflict in a healthy, productive way.
And having a healthy dialogue along the way. Dr. Shimi Kang, thanks so much. The book, The Dolphin Way, Dolphin Parent, excuse me, great resource right there.